Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. It's hot and it's sunny and it's a nice weekend, a nice Shabbos. What does a Yid do in Shabbos? A Yid sits and learns and dedicates time for Torah, Avodah, and good things. But he wants to relax. It's also relaxing time. And the question is, may a person relax in a way, in a manner on Shabbos that he's getting a suntan? Or let's go a step further. Are you allowed to take a suntan on Shabbos? Is there any issue? Obviously, when you think about it, it's Pasnish, it's Shabbos. All right, do you try to avoid getting suntan on Shabbos? Is there any issue with the suntan? So this is, I'll give you this is a discussion in the Achrayim. Some say yes, some say no. I just want to give you the background of what's the reason to allow it, what's possibly the reason not to allow it, and what can we do? So in some poskim they say, obviously the sun is doing whatever coloring it does. I'm just happen to be in the right place in the right time. You can't blame me for the color, the nice suntan I'm getting from the sun. I'm not doing it. So that's not a malacha. It's a little refuah. So some connected to what the Shulchan Aruch says in Siman Shin Chav Ches. The Shulchan Aruch says some people, to make their voice feel better, sound nicer, they swallow a raw egg. Now, it's not an average thing to do. A regular case, you wouldn't swallow raw eggs. You're specifically doing it so your voice should be better. So there is a big part of it to heal you, to help you. But nevertheless, because you're swallowing an egg, that's not refuah. That's not loy mikra refuah. The same over here, unless you have a specific instruction that you should stay out in the sun, and the sun you have something that has to be healed from the sun, that's not refuah, it's not an issue. Tzviya is not an issue. Maybe it's not the nicest thing to do on Shabbos, but if you're learning somewhere outside and you sit down specifically in a sunny area, shouldn't be a problem. However, Dayan Weiss, in Shalos Teshuvas Minchas Yitzchak, Chelek Hey Siman Lamed Beis, he argues. He holds that you're not allowed to take a suntan on Shabbos. And the reason is, Soiveya, you're causing color, paint. I'm not doing it. It's happening by, the Shemesh is doing it. She says, let me compare it to another halacha. The halacha says that a person who is Tuma D'Oraisa, shouldn't go into the mikvah on Shabbos. Why? Because you're building a new structure, you're building a new mitzias. Until now, the person was Tameh, and now he's changing it over. He's Baina, he's building something. A new mitzias. It's tar. What did he do? He just went into the mikvah. He didn't build. The building, the change of personality or change of mitzias is a spiritual thing, or it's done from above. And yet, I can't go to the mikveh, which will have a ripple effect, that the title will change from Tameh to Tar. I can't do it. So the same, says Dayan Weiss, you cannot sit in the sun, outside in the sun, when you know that the sun is going to bake on you and the sun is going to cause a color. That's his especially when there's a refuah involved, he for sure doesn't allow it. And then he says, and even more than that, I'll give you a different svara. I don't know how many people, and this is, you have to accept what he's saying, but many people will challenge. I don't know how many people actually enjoy the time they're under the sun. They like the after effect, the way they look, and they feel better, but laying in the sun and the sun is baking at you, that doesn't feel that good. That's a little tsar. Tsar and Shabbos you're not allowed to have. You sweat and you don't feel comfortable b'shas that action. So therefore, he says a lot of people, when they're laying in the sun, they're putting on creams. And creams of Shabbos is for sure not permitted. So therefore, the summary of this halacha, which you see in the Achrayim, in public for sure you shouldn't do it, because in public it will cause issues of marasayin. People might just extend this halacha more and more. In private or in secluded area or just by yourself, whatever it is, some poskim say you're not doing anything. Dayan Weiss didn't allow you to have a suntan on Shabbos.